Okay, the recording has started. Every week we do these, every Tuesday at 3:30 East. Just a reminder, the recordings are posted to the group. You can usually see them at the top of your conversion dashboard. And we have conversion.info/recordings. I've started just automatically aggregating them on one page. So you can always find them there and look through the archives anytime you want. So today there's no set subject. I was just going to do a hodgepodge of stuff and just you guys, if you have any questions or anything you want to explore, just go ahead and ask. I do have a few things to share with you today. So let's do that. And I forget where my questions went. Can somebody just let me know you can hear me? And hopefully that'll pop out my questions again. I always lose them. Such a funny thing. Sorry, bear with me. There they go. Okay, thanks guys. Okay, all right, we'll get moving here. All right, so first thing I want to share is this new Facebook Messenger ads objective in the Facebook ads dashboard. I'm going to just share it with you quickly because I realize that a lot of people don't have this in your ads account yet, but I just want to show you the kind of stuff that's possible. And full disclosure, I'm not really good at this yet. I just started playing with it yesterday. The results aren't overwhelming, but they're interesting. So what's going on with Facebook now is that if it's available in your account, you can set up an ad that gets people chatting with you directly in Facebook Messenger, and the conversation happens with your Facebook page. So there's a few things that go with that. It's a little complicated, but basically you can be talking to a fresh lead in real time if you want to be. So here's an ad I ran for a single property taking off on the same property I talked about in last week's conversation. And this particular ad, I'm going to click See Post so I can show you how it works. All right. This particular ad, when they see it in their stream, it looks like this. And they're going to be able to click Send Message. And when they click, it's supposed to pop the messenger up. Just give me a second here. This has been a little, I keep forgetting which ones as I share this with people, which view I need to be in for it to actually work in a demo. So here we go. It should work here. So they click Send Message. There we go. Now it's going to work. And it says, St. Pete, Florida, so like 5 of you Messenger. Hi, did you have any specific questions about the property? Now, what I need to work on here is the initial phrase. This is going to be so critical, is what the initial phrase is in these ads to get people to reply. So the initial results I've had have been not stellar, like I said, right? There have been today 8 link clicks, and yesterday, just click lifetime, 24 people total have clicked on this, and 3 of them have replied. And I'll show you the replies. Message this. Okay, there have been 1, 2, 3 people who asked a question about the property, and I replied with the price to 2 who didn't reply back, and 1 was looking for a rental. But you'll see here what happens is you end up talking directly with people about real estate. So I don't know, on a single property example, I don't know if that's going to be the best thing. If the property is really interesting, if I had said the right thing and use the right phrasing, I'm sure I can get this to where I'm talking to people about their buyer leads at a better rate. But even for, if it's $10 to get into a conversation on Facebook with somebody, there may be a lot of value there, because I can then say to her, for example, I'm not looking to purchase, say, oh, you're looking for a rental, I'll set you up for rentals, right? Or I could say, do you know anybody who is, right? I can start talking to her, and right here I can look directly at her profile and know a lot about the lead. So this is an interesting objective. If it's available for you, I'm just going to touch upon it today. If it's available to you today, the way that you set it up is you go create ad, and you're going to use the clicks to website objective, send people to your website. It used to be called clicks to website. Send people to your website. Click continue. Of course, I clicked the wrong thing. There we go. Continue. The site you're targeting. And then when you get to the section where you're creating your ad, you'll see right here, you see where you would usually put your website URL in? What you're going to do is you're going to click the little messenger thing right here and take it from there. And sorry, but I'm not going to give you too much more today because I don't know too much more. All I know that this is a possibility. It's in some ad accounts. You're going to be hearing a lot about this. And if you want to generate direct conversations with people, this is going to be an option. The only other test I've set up is one for mortgage. So hopefully by next week, I'll have some better examples for you guys. Maybe you'll do some stuff on your own that you want to share. You can share it in the conversion group here. You'll see what I'm doing here for mortgage, directly trying to get people to raise their hand. So far, it's only one click for $5. But directly trying to get people to raise their hand about first-time buyer financing. Thinking about buying a home sometime soon, click to chat with a mortgage specialist about first-time buyer programs that might be available to you, and then they're chatting directly with the fan page of the user. Okay, so that's just one thing. Any questions, comments on that? Nope, doesn't seem like it. Just something to be aware of there. Question here, while using a Matterport 3D virtual tour, how can I advertise it? Elle, if you want to drop me a link to the virtual tour, we can take a look if you want. I don't know that virtual tours are going to be very mind-blowing for people that don't want to opt in just to see one, but maybe. Okay, next thing, I'll share in the group yesterday. I shared some Facebook ad images. I don't know if you guys saw those, but I figured I would show you how to make these images since there were some questions about it, about the technology that was used, and comment on it. So let's go down. Wow, the group's been very active. It's like so buried, and I just did this yesterday. All right, so here, these Facebook ad images, I posted a little bit of highlighted text with an image, and then what I do is I do the highlight with the red or black right here in the ad. And that seems to consistently work well in terms of click-through versus other types of images. So I figured I'd show you guys how to do that. Ellen's asking, is there a place where all my squeeze and landing pages are listed, the ones that are already created? Sorry, there isn't. You have to save them. That's just the way it is. Yeah. So these images right here, you can just right-click, save it to your desktop, and then upload it into the Facebook ads platform if you want. Or you can just post it. You know, I could take this, watch this, I can right-click copy, and I can just post it to my personal wall or my page wall instead of running a paid ad, right? So from time to time, I can go right here, and I could say, property search of the day, price reduced, in St. Pete. And then since I copied it, I don't know if a lot of people are aware of this, especially when you're using, a lot of times you can just copy and paste straight on your, into your browser. Like if you just right-click, copy an image and paste it, it'll go right into the Facebook post. Because we get a lot of questions about how do I get images in, and sometimes it's as easy as that. Or you can always just manually save it to your computer and then re-upload the image. And then I just go to my site and run a quick search for price reduced properties. So if you're at a loss for what to do, if you even do this 3 times a week, you could even do it once a day, do property search of the day, right? Just run a search for anything on your site, do a quick little image, you know, that's representative. It can be one of the properties, or it can be image with the text and the highlight in the background. It's kind of an easy thing to do from day to day to generate some free leads. It's not going to be a ton, but maybe you get one each time you do the post. So where's my search? And I'll just copy my link. and paste it right here. So those images are in, let's see, it posts like a nice little thing on my page. And those images can be found, there's a Facebook thread right now, but I'll drop you guys all the link right now. It's basically conversion.info/fbadimages. It's meant to be FBAD images, but I realized as I typed it out yesterday that it's conversion.info/fbadimages. So I'll chat that all to you guys right now, send to all. And then I'll show you how to make one. Is that okay? Show you how to make one really quickly, how I do it in Drive. Not fancy at all, but it does the trick. So I just go to drive.google.com. I do new, Google Drawings. So I'm using the Google Drawings option. And what I'll typically do is I'll just go steal an image. So what's one we didn't do yesterday? Income properties, land, new construction. Okay, so let's do a new construction one. I know I didn't add that, so we'll do new construction. I'll just type that into the Google image search. And then a lot of times I'll do search tools, depending on how sinister I feel, but I'll do labeled for reuse. Right, so these are, I did the search options and search tools, and these are okay to reuse. People have put that opportunity, that option there. And let's just find, this is a good one, nice little construction site. View that image, I can copy the image, I can download it, whatever I need to do, and then I'll insert it into my drawing right here. Oops. Then I'm going to insert text box right here, kind of highlight, and we'll do new construction. New construction. And I could just leave it at new construction, maybe homes for sale, whatever you want to do. And then I don't want to bore you guys, make you watch me doing this, but kind of just have fun with the font if you want. There we go. And then I'll pick my font right here and click highlight. Over on the right side it says highlight. I can go like that. If I want to do red, red performs well on Facebook a lot of times, even if it looks uglier. So I would make my text red. Play with my font. All right, and you could do this for your area. So if you're in Boston or whatever, you can do Boston new construction, make it more targeted. I like to go around the text box and angle it a little bit. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is now simply take a screenshot of this and save the image. So my favorite app for doing that is called Lightshot. I'm going to answer the question. I'm going to answer the question from Carol. What I'm using is Google Draw. So it's if you go to drive.google.com and create a new drawing, file new drawing right here. That's just all I'm using. It's like free from Google, so nothing fancy at all to do this stuff. And then I'm going to go to Lightshot. I'll show you this. I know this comes up a lot, but I just love this little application here. Lightshot Screenshot. If you Google that, it's free. And all I need to do once I've got this installed on my computer for free, it takes a few seconds. Now, anytime I hit print screen, which I'm doing now, it kind of grays out my computer, and then I can start to draw right here. Now, you guys can't see this, but the GoToWebinar stuff's getting in the way. So I can start to draw my image, my screenshot box around. And what you're going to want for Facebook ads to have it look good is a 2-to-1 ratio, a 2 times width by 1 time height. So we'll go right here. And it doesn't have to be exact, but you see I got 873 by 435. Now I'm a little, sometimes I try to spend a little too much time on this. Maybe I'll go a little bit bigger with my image. I felt like it wasn't covering enough here. Okay, and then I'll do it again. Select area. There we go. It pops a little better for me. And that's roughly 2 by 1. Try to get it close, right? 432 times 2 is about like a pixel off, but it'll still look good. And then I can just save this to my computer. And to have a library of those, I'll continue to build the one on the page I just shared with you. But to do this, as you can see, and to get an effective ad that kind of pops is pretty easy to do. And the highlight in the background of the text that explains what it is with the picture, when I split test this against other generic images or other things I've tried, this consistently performs pretty well. So it's like a nice little template for doing your Facebook ads. So I'll drop you guys the link to the LightShot app since we got some questions about that. And you can use any screenshot software you want. You know, if you're already using something, don't feel like you have to go get this too. If you're already good at doing screenshots, just use whatever you use. So send to all. But I have found in simple real estate lead generation, marketing, that you can get by really well without being a designer, not being fancy, just using these free tools, the LightShot, the little Google Draw, the stuff that Google Draw gives you, and just do a good enough job of putting assets up that work. So you can go into have a little fun with it, go to your conversion account every day, right? Your front end of your site, and just say, hey, what kind of property list are we going to post to our fan page or to groups or to wherever we want to spam today and let people know we're in real estate? Let's find a cool search, and you just start digging through here. So you might say, hey, acreage one day, and you'd show an example of a property or golf courses, and you do the same thing. You do the image template, post to your page, and then in 2 weeks you can do the same exact post again. Right? Just kind of go in a rotation there, posting an interesting set of search results every day. All right, so I know this isn't super advanced or fancy, but a lot of people have been asking this, so I'm glad we're getting it knocked out and covered and recorded today. What's everybody think? Are you going to do that? Are you going to use that technique for doing your ad images? I hope that's useful. All right. Next, okay, so Elle was nice enough to post us her Matterport. So let's have fun with Matterport here. And let's see if we can figure out how to use a virtual tour. It's not much different than using a video or something. How are we going to take this virtual tour and turn it into leads? This is a challenge. Okay, it's really cool, of course. We've all seen Matterport tours, right? It's really neat. But how do we take this and have it generate leads for us? It's kind of like, because the difficulty we're going to have is actually embedding lead capture within the tour. So what we kind of almost have to do is take people to a page where they can click to watch the tour, but also have the option to interact with us. And having multiple actions like that on our standard landing pages is tough, because usually it's just you're going to take one action or none at all. So I think the solution here is either going to be a generic Facebook post or maybe a blog post on your site that you then drive traffic to. So you can go to your conversion site and do a blog post like awesome Matterport tour. So let's do that. I'm going to do that right now. I'll just do it. We're both in Florida. I'm just going to promote your listing in a blog post on my site. Do you mind, Elle? It'll just be the easiest thing to do since we're both in Florida anyway, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to log in. If you can't find the messenger, guys, Sean mentioned, I was just talking to another Sean actually about this. It wasn't in my account last week. So they're slowly rolling it out to ad accounts. That's why I didn't want to spend too much time on it, but it will be in your account eventually. Yeah, it's in beta. So I'm going to come into my dashboard. I'll do a quick action. Add, edit, blog. Fun, awesome, interactive. Try out this fun, interactive virtual tour. Okay, and then I would just kind of 7808 Northwest 61st Terrace. 61st Terrace. All right, so you say Got a minute? I don't know. Got a minute? Check out this fun interactive tour of a new listing in what town are we in? 7808. Yeah, Beth, I've asked for that 100 times. If I can't get it, nobody can. They keep telling me new template. I know exactly what you're talking about. The punctuation in the headline, it drives me insane. I understand your frustration. All right. So check out this fun interactive tour of a new listing. This is all set to be improved as we roll out the new template. I know you guys have been hearing that a long time, but that's the company line. Sticking to it. All right. Got a minute? Check out this fun interactive tour of a new listing, and I don't know where it is. Elle will correct me. In Hollywood, Florida. You can literally walk around the house. Click here to check out this fun interactive tour. So what I'll do is I'll just highlight, and then I'll use the little chain link, and I'll link to the tour, and it says open a new tab, so it'll go out. All right. If you want, and I'll say if you want more details, please don't hesitate to contact me using the form below. Now, our blogs actually have, if I'm remembering right, people can contact you directly, right? Contact me using the form or info below. And it would be good if we spice this up with with an image. So let's see if I can find a flattering image of this house. Let's walk into the kitchen here. All right. So I'll use my screenshot app again. Here we go. One cool thing about the screenshot app too is that it can upload it and host it for me. So it'll go on a page and it kind of uploads my image to the web. Come on now. There we go. Oops. All right. And then I can add the picture to my blog post. Okay, I could have also told people to click and then linked over to the single property page within our website as well, right? But if you want to have a little bit more curiosity going on, you can just add it in the blog post, tell them to contact you for pictures and price. So save blog, publish blog, don't update blog post, and then it'll look like this. I was just asking, guys, I realize we need bigger fonts, and a little bit more on the editor, and it's just I keep being told that it's coming. So that's that. And then so people will click, they'll be able to watch the tour, but then they're still in your conversion site and can still interact with you. So they can comment below, they can contact you. You can put a phone number, whatever you want, and they can still engage with your property search. So that might be one way to promote specifically the virtual tour. I would then take this and run a Facebook ad, a Google ad, or something directly to the blog post to get traffic flowing to it. Another thing you could have done is just done a regular Facebook post and told people and put 2 links within the blog post, right? You could have said, here, check out this fun virtual tour, and put the link to Matterport, and then had a second link for price and details, click here, and then linked out to the listing on your site. Hell, it'll work both ways. You just need to play with it. I do videos of my listings and stuff. single property promotion, the stuff we talked about yesterday, it will get you leads specific to your property. It will generate leads in general for you. But a more direct approach where you get people to opt in for specific lists of properties is always going to get you more leads for a cheaper price. We need to do this stuff to promote our listings, of course. But if it's just about lead gen, I would probably stay away from trying to promote a Matterport video. Use it as, it would be interesting content to send to your existing, it's like incubation content. So you have it done, it looks beautiful, then you can go into your conversion database and mail it out to all your leads. Hey, check out how great this Matterport tour came out. Do you know anybody who might want to buy this? Let me know. And that's good engaging content to build a relationship with people. But on the front end for lead generation, maybe not so great. Yep, no problem. I'm actually gonna, since I had the city wrong, I'm just gonna make sure I unpublish it for now. Okay. Anybody else have anything you want to go through today? I didn't come with a lot of content. Anything you're working on? Anything you want to see reviewed or learn how to do? I have one more little thing. Listing leads, that's what everybody says. Yeah, don't generate listing leads. Just kidding. Well, I did a conversation a few weeks ago. I'll drop the link to the 7 ads thing. Buyer leads. Some ads you can run on the buyer side that will generate listings. I'm kind of an empty well when it comes to listing leads. I wish I could be more helpful, but I'm become more and more convinced that we are just going to generate sellers by nature of doing buyer side stuff. We can easily get people to enter in an address in our sell.php page so that they can see the value of the property. We have Listing Machine, and we have every conversion site has the seller valuation page. And it's pretty easy to drive traffic to this page and get people to at least pop their street address in. The problem is a lot of times it's not the owner of the house, or they might not be looking to sell. They just want to know the value. So a better strategy, I think, for getting listing leads is going to be work with people on the buy side, and in particular, see if you want, try doing some investor focused stuff. Try running investment property offers to people who already own homes in your area, because if you can work with people on that side of things, listings will naturally follow. The best verbiage to use for this page, like a good seller ad template. Here, I'll just go into the ads dashboard and show you a few that have worked since the question came up. My brother runs a lot of these, Eric, in the ads department for the people who buy seller leads a la carte. I'm totally forgetting what they look like. I haven't run one personally in a couple of weeks, maybe over a month. So let's instead of me making something up on spot, I'm going to see if I can find one that's working. Okay, house. I was doing house at hanging. Okay, here's one that had a pretty high relevance score and was doing 28 cents a click. I'll show you the ad on the seller side. Over 660 clicks, so that's pretty good. Okay, so the template is do echo back if they're a homeowner. So echo back their zip code or the area, 33704 homeowner. Click and get a free report that shows what your home might be worth today. And then they click learn more. So that's a good template. You'll see I had the image there with the price question mark and an alligator in the lawn. But just use a fun image. Maybe do what's mine worth using the ad template, the process with Google Draw, and that should work pretty well for you. But again, you're going to get a lot of people who just want to know the value. They're not looking to sell right away. So unless you're actually willing to show up at the door or send some stuff in the mail and do some aggressive follow-up, this is going to be a tough road to getting listings. Okay, so yep, that'll be one. Now here, I'm going to end today. It's going to take about probably 10 or 15 minutes. I'm going to run a campaign here that could generate some good listings over time, but I'm going to kind of do a full-blown example of promoting a listing, an investment property, and we'll run an ad that targets, yes, this is recorded, Carlene, but let's run an ad that targets local homeowners with an investment offer. But we're going to get a little fancy and integrate some screencasting and some easy property. I'm going to get in over my head here, but some easy an easy analysis tool of a single family property. All right, so let's go right here, and I'm going to start. And any of us could do this any day of the week. I'm going to start with this listing that I've got that I think I overpriced. But let's just start here since we were talking about it last week. And I'm going to try to position this property, instead of going after the retail buyer, I'm going to try to present this property as a good buy and hold investment. And this, you could do the same thing I'm about to do here for any property. It doesn't really matter. Any property is potentially a good investment if the numbers work, right? So I'm going to pick a subject property. We'll just use this one. And I'm going to use this little analysis tool that I found the other day. It's totally free right here. And we're going to screencast the analysis of this. Okay, so I got it right here. It's a free site, calculator.net. I'll give you guys the link. Send to all. I bookmarked this because I keep using it. It's really kind of a really useful tool. I actually bought another calculator from like an investment guru and was using his, and I was like, no, this one's just way quicker. I'm using the free one. But let's say that I've got this property here. Okay, and I'm just going to run it through. So let's say the purchase price is $269,000. The down payment will assume 20% for an investment buy and hold. I don't even know. I think probably about 5% on the interest rate. Might be too high, but we'll assume a 20-year loan term. Okay, one-time costs, we'll leave it at $3,000. I'm going to go real rough here. Of course, I would take my time if I was doing this for real. This property can rent for $1,750 a month, I think, with an annual increase of 3%. Vacancy rate, I'll say 4%, which works out to about half a month a year. If you do 4%, it's roughly 2 weeks out of the year that it would be empty for turnover. Management fee will be nice. We'll put it at 8%. Whatever, put it at 10%. And then taxes, these numbers are probably pretty close, actually, for this property. So I'll leave their defaults in. Value appreciation, holding length for 10 years. Okay, and then sell cost right here. All right, so watch what I'm going to do here. And I'm just doing this to show you guys an example. You could do this every day and post what I'm about to do to your fan page, to your personal page. You could mail it out to all your conversion leads, and you can even run Facebook ads to the content that I'm about to create. So I'm going to open up Screencast-O-Matic, screencast-o-matic.com. It's my favorite screencasting software. I'm going to open it up right here. I'm going to have my little rental calculator. Let me opt in and get to my, see if I can, there we go. I'm going to show the page right here on my screen, on my conversion site. Okay, so I've got that. I've got my calculator. Okay, and I'm going to record this, guys, live right now. Hit record. Just get it into focus. Okay, Ryan Hartman here. Thanks for watching this video. If you're watching this, you might be somebody who's looking for an investment property, or maybe you're just frustrated that you can't get a good return these days from stock markets, in the bond markets. It's just hard to get a good return with the state of the economy. But real estate is always here for us in the background. Now, you might be thinking, I don't want to buy a property and have to manage it and deal with all the headache. But what if you were to focus on buying properties maybe a little bit on the higher end in well-established neighborhoods where the tenant pool is good, where you're likely to get tenants with pretty good income who might stay a little while, or maybe they'll even decide to buy the house. So that's what I have here for you today. I have an example of this kind of property, and I'm going to do a quick analysis here for you and show you what kind of return you might get from a property like this. So here we have 1950 3rd Avenue North in St. Petersburg, Florida. The asking price is $289 right there. And let's plug some numbers into our calculator. I put the purchase price in. Let's say you negotiate them down to $269. I can't promise you'll get that result. You got a 20% down payment, 5% interest rate, 20-year loan term. Some other variables here. We're going to not assume, but I have a pretty good idea that this property will rent for $1,750 with a 3% annual increase, half a month vacancy, and we'll put you at about 3% a year in appreciation and a holding length for 10 years. And let's see what numbers pop out for this property when I click calculate. So I'm clicking calculate, and there we go. And this is really interesting when you see what happens. Remember, we had factored in a 10% management fee, and we factored in, we were pretty conservative on the values, but even with that, if you hold this property for 10 years, you can still look at about a 12.5% return. So if you're a conservative investor who wants a safe property in really good shape, this property is totally renovated, you could buy this property now, put the 20% down, let somebody else manage it for you, and conservatively expect a 12.5% interest rate, while CDs and bonds out there are paying you next to nothing. So just a thought for you. If you want more details about this particular property, or if you'd like for me to send you other analysis from time to time of similar properties, and you're thinking about putting together a portfolio in St. Pete, feel free to reach out or click the link somewhere near this video. Okay, guys, so I just talked for 2 minutes. I kind of rambled on because I have you guys as the audience and didn't really think it through. But this content I could now take. I can click done here. Right? I can quickly, using my screencasting software, I can do a few things. I can save it as a video file to my computer. All right, I'm just saving it for myself. And then I can upload this to my Facebook fan page and drive traffic to it right away. But when I do that, and I'm going to do it for you guys before we go, when I do it, I'm going to make sure I show this to people who already own a home in my target market so that I can generate conversations around this property, maybe do some investment side deals, but then have the listings come out on the back end once I've built the relationship. Here's the link to Screencast-O-Matic. Okay, so, and then I'll go to my fan page. All right, and I'll just, you could just upload this, right? So that's one thing you do, just straight up upload it and let it sit on your fan page, okay, for people to find. I'm going to actually create an ad for this video specifically and not actually have the video show up on my fan page. I'm going to upload it to an ad so that only the people seeing the ad see it on my fan page, because my fan page right now has this listing. I don't want to inundate the fan page with too much of the same listing over and over again. So I'm going to do create ad, get video views, analysis, and you could have a whole fan page dedicated to screencasted analysis of property deals in your area, right? It could be, and you would build an audience quickly if you just committed to doing just what I just did. Plug in some numbers about a subject property, show it on your screen, spit out what the expected rate of return would be, and always do a call to action. You could have a whole business right there if you consistently drove traffic to the individual analysis pieces. So, so we'll do this. I'm going to do my zip code where I live. I'm going to deal with people very close by. And then we will do additional demographics, homeowners. Great. So anybody who applies to this will be a homeowner. That's about 12,000 people. If I wanted to get even fancier, I could narrow the audience and do people who are interested in real estate investing. So I could type real estate investing, or I could do like Robert Kiyosaki, right? Somebody like an investor, rich dad, poor dad guru. Okay, so let's see what happens if I do that. It really narrows the audience down, so I might go back and put more people in, or I can just stick with homeowners. So think about your targeting a little bit. All right, I can set this to run for a day or two at 20 a day. I'll go back in and pause it later. Continue. Single video. All I need to do now is click plus, and I will upload my video. Just got to remember where it went. Browse folder. It's on my desktop. Okay. There we go. Okay, so that'll upload the video for me. I attach it to my fan page. Single family investment property analysis. And that's it. So I could do that. So it's a picture if you did this. I'm going to place the order. What's going to happen right now, and it's just going to take a minute. I have to wait for it to finish uploading before it'll let me post it. But this, if I did this every day or 3 times a week, twice a week, and kept showing it to the same exact target audience over and over again, over time, a certain percentage of those people say, hey, I want to buy an investment property, and this guy is clearly the person who knows about deals, or at least is taking the time to think about where the good opportunities are, opportunities are. So this could be a thing you do, you know, and I know over time you're going to be interacting with homeowners on the investor side who could list with you someday. Now the core of this whole strategy, you don't have to do the investment thing. You could start doing the same thing for first-time buyer properties. They're good for first-time buyers. You could feature new construction. Maybe you just want to chronicle condos, and so on. So while Lisa's asking, is there a way to direct them to your web page with this method? Absolutely. Yep. I just kind of did it shortcutty, but I could have done a click to website campaign where I told them to click over for more details about this property. I would just link to my conversion, to convert the conversion page for this property. So yeah, there's so many different ways to do it. I think the important thing to know is that if you create this kind of content and get it out there, the results will follow. And actually, you know what? To answer your question, I forgot. In the website objective, you see right here I can do add a website URL. I can actually, when the video's over or when they hover over it, you can tell them, click for more details, and it would go over. Click for details. Oops. That's the display link. So. And then the headline is click for more details. Yep, and the only thing I may run into there when you do the screencast, guys, they may say that there's too much text in the first image. Yeah, it says your ad may not run. I can go right back in there, and all I need to do is basically insert one of those images as my thumbnail, the ones we started out with Google Draw. So I'll probably just go grab the investment one. I'll show you. Right here, the custom thumbnail. Or just an interior pic of this property. I'll just grab this one because it happened to be in there. There we go. And then it'll be acceptable for them. You just got to trick them. They don't want the first image to have a lot of text in it. I don't know why, but they just want to keep things pretty, I guess. Right, so the desired outcome in this case would be to get them to click through to the website and to reach out to me. I just did that quickly. You're right. Usually I would have some kind of instruction to go click to a website or a cell number or something like that. I removed Instagram because the length. I think Instagram still needs to be under 30 or 60 seconds. So they forced me to remove Instagram because the video is too long. And sometimes it is, the desired outcome is just to get the video views, because if you're doing this consistently in a small micro market and you're showing the ad over and over to the same people, it becomes kind of like a news feed of sorts, like a running story. So here's this guy again with this an analysis. It's like a YouTube channel almost that they just keep seeing for different properties in their feed, but you keep targeting that same set of 1,000 homeowners, with your analysis of the same thing. Eventually they're going to call you. And Ryan, you're probably right. You do want to be careful about the desired outcome and telling them exactly what you want to do. So I could have said, text me. I could have put a phone number below the video or something like that. Elle's asking for a link to conversion with Instagram. We did a couple of, back in March, I think, we did a couple of sessions in a row about Instagram. So I'll just drop the link to you guys. Here we go. Send to all. It's on conversion.info/recordings, and you can always just search that page. If you guys know, if you go on any web page, you can type in a Control F or Command F if you're on a Mac, and just type in what you're looking for, and it'll jump you right down. So we did it, if you want to do seller leads, you probably do seller. You'll see it'll highlight a few that have stuff related to sellers in the title. Okay, guys, we're about 45 minutes in today. If it's all right with you, I'm going to cut out unless there are more questions. I realized today was kind of a hodgepodge of all different stuff. We'll probably have a more concrete topic next week. All right, thanks, Beth. Thanks, Elle, Johnny, and everybody else who participated this week. Have a good one.